Welcome back to NFL Conference Championship weekend. This is our NFL Bets show, which is also going to be combined with a DFS show where we go through the DFS DraftKings slate, build some lineups for the Millie Maker. But first, what we'll do is give you our favorite side or total. Each of us will just give one, and then after that, we'll get into like the DFS side of things. So, who wants to start us off with their favorite side or total this week? We'll also give our Super Bowl predictions,
All
matchups
right,
too.
I'll take it here. I'm taking Eagles. Eagles minus the points. I know they opened 5.5. I know it's to 6 in some places. I mean, it's great fairy tale story here for Jaden Daniels and the Washington commies, but you know the Eagles defense is just, or the whole team is just super complete. And I think this obviously it's going to be a huge Saquon game. Jalen Hurts is a little bit banged up. The Commanders' Achilles heel this entire year has been the run defense. They've been better, sort of, I guess, in the playoffs here. But I mean, that offensive line of the Eagles is something different. Best in the NFL, best run blocking team, best scheme team. I I, I think Jalen Hurts probably will throw the ball. I would take his under wherever it is in terms of attempts, but I think he will probably complete maybe 14 balls. I think it's going to be Saquon just running down their throats the entire game. I just, and if the Eagles don't turn the ball over, like that's how the Commanders beat the obviously the Lions. Lions got down way too early. They couldn't run the ball anymore. They had to be one dimensional, and obviously Jared Goff, or as we know, we like to call him Jared Goof sometimes. Made a lot of turnovers. Obviously, Jameson Williams was one of those throwing the ball, but at the end of the day, I think it's just going to be a Saquon show, and they're going to ride him to the Super Bowl. So that's who I'm taking as my favorite pick this week.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah, that Eagles defense is
Yeah, I think Jalen
tough.
Carter's going to have a game too. Their commander's guard is back
Yeah, and yeah, that's rough for the.
not
He's a
practice,
good
so
guard.
we saw what he did already, and he might be facing a backup. So, um, but yeah, I'm just going to go off the cuff here. I think that I'm going to take the Chiefs Bills over 48 and a half. Um, Mahomes and Allen have obviously, met up in the playoffs. It's three times now. Mahomes is 3-0 straight up and ATS, covering by almost a touchdown. But the over is also 3-0, and they've averaged a total of 63.7 points per game in those three matchups. It's kind of we're getting the Brady Manning type of our generation matchup, seeing these teams in the divisional or the conference championships every single year, depending on how it lines up. But, I really want to hold out hope that it's Josh Allen's year to get it done. I'm just scared of that Mahomes black magic. So it's kind of a cowardly pick to take the total, but I'm gonna do it. Um,
So
I think this game has like 27-24 written all over it. Might
In the
sprinkle.
last 3 minutes or the whole game?
Well, that would be good for the
These
over
teams
as
love
well.
turning it on when it's like
Right,
a drill, like
right, which helps my pick as well. So,
every time.
yeah, yeah, I'm gonna take the over here. This game is always fireworks, one way or the other. It usually comes down to whoever has the ball last. And like you said, Nick, they really that fourth quarter turns into a shootout a lot of the time. So, give me the over.
Well, I'll actually pick a side for you. I mean, I think the NFL script was pretty obvious at this point. Obviously, being an election year, we had the commander in chiefs filing bills in the land of the Eagles, right? So, to this point, it was pretty clear what was going to go on, but the NFL has just decided to put none other than Cleet Blakeman as the ref for this game,
Like, here we
who
go.
is the absolute worst nightmare for the Chiefs. 6-5, and keep in mind how often the Chiefs win and have 14-2 records. Cleat is uh, whenever he's reffing with the Chiefs are 6-5 against the spread. He also hates home teams, and those are cashing in about 46.5% against the. So the refs are not going to be in favor of the Chiefs for once, and that means that we're actually going to see a fair game, and they're
Okay.
not going to win. So I'm
Okay.
taking the Bills money line plus 105, and it's clear as day for me.
I want you to bring that same attitude on a Sunday when if the Chiefs get any calls, which they will because it's a football game and both sides will get calls in their favor.
Yep.
Um, but
Keep in mind, this is the same ref that back when Tom Brady was on his last year with the Patriots, Chris Jones like reached over the line and smacked him in the helmet and got a penalty. So it was like a game-winning drive, and Chiefs lost. Tom Brady goes on to win his final Super Bowl for roughing the passer. So
well,
he's got all the tricks up his sleeve and a vendetta against the Chiefs. So I'm here for it.
well, my pick is the Chiefs minus 1.5. That is my favorite bet of the week. And it's like I said, I think odds makers, lines makers, whatever, they have finally learned not to ever put Mahomes as like a dog in the playoffs. Like I think in years past you would have seen this matchup even with the Chiefs at home where like it was like even money or like the Bills like -1 or something like that, just because of like how the Chiefs kind of played all year, in these closer games, like winning by the skin of their teeth, and the Bills, having some more decisive wins and Josh Allen playing at an MVP level. But lines makers have finally learned, and so you do see Mahomes as the favorite here, as he should be. But I'm still taking it. Like it's very rare you'll ever get Mahomes in the playoffs as like like less than a field goal favorite, and so I'm always going to take that. And I mean the Bills are banged up. I mean we saw last week like on their injury report you have Taylor Rapp, their safety do not practice, hasn't practiced this week. Matt Milano banged up. Their corner Christian Benford and Taron Johnson banged up. Their left tackle banged up. Like they've got a lot of guys that have been injured and aren't playing at full strength. And the Chiefs on the other side have just seems like they've gotten healthier and healthier as the year has gone on. I think Hollywood is is having a breakout game here soon, and I like it in this spot as well. Travis Kelsey, as we know in the playoffs, that's what they save him for, and we saw it last week once again. So I'm on the Chiefs here every playoffs if I'm in the situation where you're getting Mahomes as just a small favorite or dog, I will take him every time.
Fair enough.
So I guess we'll do our Super Bowl prediction then. So I know you can kind of guess half of our picks here. So Corey, we'll go back to you. Eagles versus
Probably the Chiefs, I would say.
Yeah, I'm on that as well. I think that the Chiefs get the three-peat, unfortunately.
and Nick.
You guys are such fish. So boring. Like, come on, go out on a limb a little bit.
Okay, Nick, who is it?
I'm going with the Bills Commanders Super Bowl.
You
Okay,
should bet
wow.
that now.
Jalen Hurts. I don't know what's going on with that knee. They're not saying. I'm not
They
too
don't
confident that he's going to be mobile.
they don't need him.
All they
Yeah, I don't.
have,
I really don't
they do
think
need
they
him.
need. I,
Yeah, they
I
do.
don't. And what Corey, one thing that I would say to your about limiting the passing, I think what he will lack from, he won't be as mobile on the ground. So even though it's going to be a more run heavy game plan, I think some of those runs that maybe Hurts would have had, I think you might see a few more passes. So still a run heavy game plan, but I still think the receivers will get as many targets as they might normally just because he can't run as much.
I can see
And
that.
like, the Commanders, like I don't know, I think the pass catchers still have good matchups in my opinion too.
Yeah.
But
And then
I'm on the Eagles Chiefs Super
yeah,
Bowls and Chiefs getting their third.
I don't care who wins it.
I'm just saying what I think happens. So you said Chiefs Eagles, so who's
Yeah.
your prediction?
No. Mine is Chiefs Eagles. I'm
Yeah,
just
but
saying.
who's your Super Bowl winner?
Oh, I'll go with the Eagles. If Jalen Hurts is obviously healthy by then, but yeah.
I
Nick
don't know.
or Alex?
Jaden Daniels just has the X
You're
factor.
going for the commie Super Bowl winner.
No, but I think Eagles.
Wait, I'm confused. You said Bills commies, and now you're saying the Eagles win it all?
What? No, I just said that they're going to beat the Eagles.
Oh, okay. Who's winning? So you think the Bills win it all?
Yeah, I think the Bills are going to get it done.
Alex?
I'm with you, peeps.
Chiefs.
Eagles, Chiefs get the three-peat.
Yep. That's where I'm at. All right, let's get into our DFS side and look at the prices and lineups.
Before even looking at it, you could just like auto pick
Saquon.
Saquon and
Yeah.
Kelsey probably.
Well, I don't think Kelsey and DFS. Well, let's see his price.
He's so cheap.
The
Is he?
fact that the fact that
Will
Eh,
be.
I don't think necessarily 6K on a 2 game slate is always cheap because it's all relative to everyone else.
Yeah.
the fact that Saquon's not over 9,000 is
Yeah, he should be
absolutely
like 10K on the slate to like
huge.
make you at least consider not playing him. Like I won't play a single lineup without. I think you can't like the only way you don't play Saquon is if you play Kenneth Gainwell. Like that's the only way Saquon is if he gets injured and then therefore Gainwell at 4,600 is an excellent play. Like I don't think you could just not play one of those. But I'm just locking Saquon.
I think he'll probably be 80% owned
I think
this.
he'll be like 95. I think it might be one of the first times we see like just 95% owned on a position.
Yeah. So
So yeah, we'll start with him. We'll start.
it's
Um, I mean, just yeah, it's just like who else are you excited to play over Saquon at the running back position? It.
Austin Eckler. He
I mean,
crushed the Eagles early
I
in the
I
don't
do like
season.
mind. Well,
They're
let's
going to need
first.
a lot of checkdowns.
I don't mind Eckler.
Like Hunt as well.
I think yeah, I definitely am not really on like the B Rob James Cook. But Hunt, Eckler, Pacheco, I definitely like one of those three for our second spot.
It's kind of crazy to see Pacheco cheaper than Cream.
Yeah, and you have to imagine like he's going to get some type of goal line
not
work.
using him.
Especially in the red zone.
Yeah, that's where he was his bread and
Yeah,
butter.
I know. It's
I
been
mean,
Old man
maybe he's
Hunt.
just not
I
100%.
don't he's not and I never I mean he suffered a decent like not a great injury, so
Yeah.
but Eckler, yeah, it makes sense trailing like I do, think they especially without their one tackle like Jaden Daniels having to just get the ball out quickly. Um I like Eckler.
I do too. I mean,
All right,
the only
let's talk
way,
about our quarterback
the
set.
only way Brian Robinson gets there is if he do it against the Lions, where he's just carrying the ball from the 2 yard line and
Yep.
gets 2 touchdowns.
They just like McLaurin falls out of the five, whatever it
Yeah,
is. Like,
yeah,
The
okay,
Eagles'
so
D line is significantly better than the Lions, so
I know, but still, I mean, that's where he's gonna get his opportunities. But
yeah, that's why
um,
I won't play a single Brian Robinson line.
okay, so quarterback, I actually do think all of like I mean, my favorite are just the cheapest two because like Jaden Daniels, I'm probably going on a full fade this week. Like, I know we're talking about I just did a bunch of the underdog drafts and out of like 150 drafts, I took him like twice or something. Like I'm just full fading him in DFS this week as well. Like I if I'm
I don't
if
mind
I
it.
like if I'm paying 7K for Daniels, I'm just getting to Josh Allen, and I think Hurts and Mahomes. Like I don't know. I think everyone's like excited about Daniels. People are excited to play. I just don't want anything to do with him this week against the Eagles defense.
Hurts is banged up. I'll probably flip flop between Mahomes and Josh Allen.
Yeah, I would say Mahomes is my
Mahomes' price is
favorite.
pretty tempting.
Oh
I
yeah,
will say.
Mahomes is by far my favorite. Hurts is probably my second, and then Allen, and then Fade Daniels. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, you had to expect Mahomes is going to have one of those Mahomes-esque games where he just lights up the scoreboard.
Yep. And do you
Especially
know who
against
he
like
lights it up with? Hollywood Brown.
Chelsea. Xavier Worthy, Texas Longhorn.
I'm more on Hollywood than Worthy this week, but You look how cheap Hollywood is too.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Throw him in.
I know he
Was
only had two
back for
targets
2
against
weeks,
Houston,
but
but
they didn't need him.
so who what other Casey do we want? Worthy or
I think
Kelsey?
I think
Kelsey.
Hollywood Kelsey probably makes the most sense.
Okay. Now this is the Millie Maker, so far we don't really have like a unique piece yet. Like, okay, let's do our defense real quick. It's probably gonna we can just put Philly in there.
Eagles. Yeah.
Yeah, I know they'll be the most popular, but they're by far my favorite.
Yeah.
And then so we have three pieces left and one piece to probably get unique. Honestly, I feel like the unique piece would either be the third chief to make it like an overstack. That would either be like Hopkins or someone, or it's like Amari Cooper or Keon Coleman, something like that. And I think honestly, this is just a random galaxy brain thought, is that they have Amari Cooper as this like secret weapon that they've been waiting and just wanting for. They've had this game marked, and they're just like waiting to unleash him.
I could
So
see
like,
that because Josh Allen did say earlier in the year too. He's like, "Yeah, we're saving plays. Like, I wouldn't worry about anyone's usage right now."
dude, there's something in me, and I don't know what. Like they trade for this guy. Like I don't think he just out of the blue just lost all his talent. Like even this year, you see him. He had like a 14 target game earlier. Like they're not. It's not just
Well,
like he had a 10 target game. Like he's
he
had
was
some.
also leading the league in drops with the Browns, but I'm not sure that was because of his talents. Let's
Right.
be
I
honest.
mean, to me,
He played 21 snaps last week. So this is the snap count
They're
for
keeping him warm.
the Bills. Matt Collins had 32. Keon Coleman had 40. Shakir had 41. Samuel had 19. Cooper with 21. The fact that Matt Collins is getting more snaps than him, I think obviously Matt Collins is a better run blocker. That's why they utilize him like that. But
no, but the thing is, it's like the
They're playing
Chiefs.
chess.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's like if the Chiefs are just creating this like game plan, like this defensive scheme, and the Bills are showing like, oh yeah, we're just not really using Amari Cooper, like we have these other guys, and then the Chiefs are just like, yeah, I mean they're not using him, like he's barely playing, and so they don't really account for him, and then he's a featured player or something in their game plan. That is a lot harder for the defense to like adjust to. And to me, I think he's still talented and can beat some of these Chiefs corners, especially in man coverage, which I
I
think the
don't.
Chiefs.
I like a Cooper. I like Cooper. I'm not saying anything
I know
against.
that's just like been a galaxy, like this thing. I just been thinking of it over and over that like they've been literally saving Amari for like the Chiefs. Or if they didn't face the Chiefs, they were just like saving him for either like the conference championship or the Super Bowl, just to, like unleash him. So
Could be.
basically, like one target games incoming. It looks stupid,
I mean,
but
I've been on quite the
You got to
heat
go out
recently,
on. You
so
got to get a little different. And
well, I do. Yeah, I mean,
I
you
actually
have to.
don't
And then,
mind what you're saying, like triple stack and maybe throw in like a double tight end. I know that's been a lot
yeah,
more
like
common this
Kincaid,
year,
I
but
actually love Shakir and Kincaid this week too. I think one of them, like, I think like overstacking that Chiefs Bills game. When you're playing Mahomes or Allen, I think I love doing that. Like double stacking Josh Allen, running it back with one or two Chiefs.
what do you
Like,
guys think about Zach Ertz against his old team Philly? He's still got the check down effect, and he's been, I think, the second target leader on Philly or on Washington, and
Nope.
Philly is weakest against tight ends.
Nope.
So there's a lot of good
mm,
narratives for him, whether you like him or not, and he's
no, it's
pretty
not. I mean,
cheap.
I just don't. I just drastically prefer basically every other tight end. Like I think Kincaid, even though he
I
hasn't,
like Noah Gray.
yeah, I mean he's no
He
Great
played
and Kelsey.
five less snaps than Kelsey. He's in there. I know.
with Hollywood though. He just hasn't been the same as like involved.
No, I know, but you know, he has those games. He's had it earlier this year where he had two touchdown games with like six targets and five catches. Like this is going to be the game where you utilize every tool in your chest. And
But
I,
don't you think it makes more sense when you don't play Kelsey to play Gray? Because
no,
like
I think you play both of them together.
But like, it just feels like when you like think of like the game flow, like when like Kelsey and Gray eat the most when they're in the red zone. And it's like, okay, you're looking for that red zone touchdown, and it's just like unless Mahomes throws for like five,
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, this is a 40-40 game. Like, you know,
yeah.
I just have, I like Knox too. Knox is a sneaky
Yeah,
play.
I do think Knox is a sneaky play in DFS for sure. He's a salary saver, so he gets you like if you play Knox here, there's probably like a receiver you can get to that you wouldn't otherwise be able to get to without
Yeah.
playing a $2,600 guy.
I
So I
really
like
don't
the
think you
Knox
have to
call.
like conserve all that much on this slate. Like AJ Brown is 6,800 as the top receiver. So
Yeah,
it's not like you have to go crazy.
but like I don't think we can't fit him. Well, no, yeah, we could.
Yeah,
Good.
you definitely could.
I guess yeah, I guess Knox we didn't need. Like we can still get we could get Brown and
Who's been
pretty much
terrible?
anyone. Shakir, like we could easily get both of them.
I mean, that's a duplicated lineup if I've ever seen one, but
Yeah, but the Amari makes it lower, but yeah, that's definitely still probably duped.
but we're here to cash, right?
No,
Well, no.
we're here to take down the Millie.
But I think like variations of that, like I think on this 2 game slate, you just like whatever game you pick, I think really doubling down and like doing like a triple stack with like two or three pieces from the opposite side, and then you know, obviously like we played Saquon and Eckler and the Eagles, so like a little slower paced game where it's just the run game is eating clock. You know, I think doing stuff like that is how you want to play them, like really overstacking.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, I think the only person I want from that first game is Saquon. And then just going
You don't
just
want
having it
any, you don't like just fade Brown, Smith, Goddard.
and just say that this next game is gonna go banana.
I mean, I don't mind it. I like Brown, Smith a little bit more, but just because I don't think the Commanders' pass defense is all that great. But
Maybe get a Justin Watson touchdown in there too.
yeah, that's talking Millie Maker.
He
Yeah.
played nine
So
snaps last week, so I mean he's always
He
good for
always
one.
does have those random games though.
he
I mean he
does.
hasn't had one in a long time.
Juju's another one, super load.
Look at that Pittsburgh game. He averaged
Yeah,
30.
he had that one catch
Yeah.
that Pittsburgh game.
Gosh, yeah, the Chiefs will be another Super Bowl. It'll be another one of those. Like, all right, is it McCole Hardman back from IR? Is it Juju? Is it Watson? Is it Noah? Is it these random tight ends? They just open the playbook and just do it whatever they want.
Yep.
But yeah, I think let's do one from the other game just to see what a lineup would look like from that. And I prefer Hurts obviously to
Yeah.
Daniels. I still think you're playing Saquon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do. I don't think like it's a double stack type with Hurts where you play like Saquon, Brown, and Smith,
No, I think you just play Brown.
Brown or Smith. Yeah,
I prefer Brown just because he hasn't had a huge game in a little bit. So, I
yeah,
mean,
I
he
like.
had that one target that should have gone for a touchdown, but he
Yep.
dropped it. But I mean, I like Brown. Um,
I defense. I guess on this one, I mean, you could just do like the onslaught Eagle and still play Eagles where like the Eagles just dominate this game.
yeah, I don't think I'm sniffing another defense.
Other running back, you could still run it back with. Well, maybe we could do Hunter or Pacheco with
I'd
this
say
one.
Pacheco for do anything.
Yeah, I'm fine with Pacheco. Um,
Terry run back or Ertz.
See, I just don't like Terry this week either. I think they're really, I mean, they completely locked him down the first time, and like,
Well, what's going on with Q? Is he coming back?
yeah, he'll be
Yeah,
back.
That's good.
it's 17
Bad for
points.
Whoa,
Terry, good for
that
Eagle.
wait, are you? That was.
That was the last time they played. The first
Oh, that's
time
right. They played
early in
twice.
the
I was looking
season.
at the first time.
Yeah,
Sorry.
early in the season they completely shut him down. or I guess
Yeah.
midseason.
I
But
just think they're really gonna focus on especially with that guard out. Like I think they're just gonna let their line do their thing, and then they're just gonna really focus on Terry. Um, but I don't know what Chief like. Obviously, I think getting like a Chief receiver and then like a Bills pass catcher. So like, what Bill would you guys want?
Probably like I'd say either Worthy and like Kincaid or like Worthy and Coleman or I mean Kincaid's cheap. I mean
Yeah, I actually do like. I think
Alex hates Kincaid.
really.
he hasn't done anything all year,
Yeah, I know it's been really
literally
bad.
all year, and he's their basically only pass catcher. Like he's there. He was supposed to be the guy all year when Diggs leaves, and what did he average?
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Like so bad. He had 2 touchdowns all year.
I just think the Chiefs like one of the ways you attack them is with tight ends.
Play some Amari Cooper and Dalton Kincaid and be real unique. It
I'm
was
I'm playing both of those guys this week.
yeah.
Plenty, I'm sure. I know I'll have a lot of Amari and a lot of Kincaid, but so Hurts to the Brown, Pacheco, Worthy, Kincaid. Maybe we throw um we're probably gonna have to do another Chiefs or Bill like double stack one of them.
Yeah.
So we could do like Hollywood or Shakir or something like that. I like Shakir as well. P Ryan is another low owned play that could get there.
Ray Davis.
I don't like Ray as much, but
Big body.
just because the Chiefs' run defense is so good.
Yeah, well, if he can get you 9 points.
Goddard, I mean, I guess you could run Goddard with. I think the um, Commanders aren't great versus tight ends either.
And if
Something like that.
yeah, and if he and Hurts is really hurt, quick outs, Goddard's the guy.
So we got a four man. We got Hurts, Barkley, Brown, Goddard, and Eagles. Nice five man Eagles with zero commies.
Yeah, zero runbacks.
Yeah, that's just like a
Fine.
Eagles just dominate the game.
Which
And
Could
which
have
I think is what happens. But and then yeah, Pacheco like kind of playing the other game through some of those other pieces. Yeah,
already
solid lineup.
very nicely done.
All right, everyone give out your favorite play then besides Saquon.
I mean, I'm gonna say like realistic play.
Like realistic play and then like low owned can you might be able to solo win it with this guy going off.
I think Noah Gray is my lone like
Okay.
favorite guy to play. And then popular play. I'm gonna have to go Worthy. I think he
Yeah.
just. I know you like Brown. I like Brown too. Like I'm between those two, but like they run design plays for Worthy all the time, and I mean he's the fastest guy on the earth. So I mean, I it's hard not to play him.
Yeah, I get it.
I like Brown too, though. I really do.
Yeah, I'll just carry off that then. My favorite like normal play is Hollywood Brown. Um, and then my favorite like low owned guy that I think could be putting up a massive score is none other than Amari Cooper.
I like all the veterans this week. I think
Kelsey or Kelsey Ertz.
this time of year, like these guys just have very little careers left time wise. And I think it just gives them that little extra edge over everyone else. So I love, you know, Kelsey, Ertz, DeAndre Hopkins. Uh, I think Kelsey's obviously the safest play outside of Saquon, but I really do like Hopkins and Ertz a lot, especially Ertz against his old team. I could see him going off.
He does not like Sirianni too, does he?
No,
Yeah, I
there's
think
just a lot of narratives for Ertz to just be the guy.
I
Number
think
two
he's just run
target.
really hot on touchdowns and
Yeah,
just
but
betting
he
on
still has had a great
himself.
season, like over 700 yards for a tight end is really good. So
Yeah. All right, that will do it for conference championship weekend. We'll be back for our Super Bowl prop breakdown, player props, random weird props. Uh, that's always a fun one, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.